Afternoon, Data Gnome. How are we? Did I do this already? Or did I not do it? Oh crap, I haven't moved the thing. Sorry. Here we go. Game. There we go. We are here. Yes. Right. The heat chamber. I wanted to know if I had the data for it. I'm doing pretty good, dude. How are you? Do I have the heat chamber? I don't think so. Okay. In that case, I'll make this thing. What, the Supreme Plasma Turbine? Nice. About the laser pipes, yeah, I don't particularly know what I'm doing with those when I get to them. It seems to just be... wireless power transfer in an area. Hey, hypercrafting. Right. Vibration laser engraver. You need 600 vibration safe casing, so I should queue up another 200 of that. Did something get stuck? Water alloy wire in the wire mill. The pattern has no program circuit. Is the issue. Hey Zach, how's it going? There we go. Right, I wanted this. And I wanted to put this with a data module. Into my research. I'm pretty good. Happy to be streaming a bit earlier in the day, I think. Hopefully I'm more awake. I think the last stream I was just so tired. Really? Get that going. 600 casing. That wasn't a co-processor bottleneck. What that was a vacuum freezer bottleneck. It was just the fact that the molten ore wasn't getting frozen quick enough. Which is why we need to swap this out with an Arctic chiller. And then get the one up here into the bulk blast chiller. Bender wasn't getting stuff fast enough. That might be a parallel issue instead then. Oh, never mind. That does do 16. Alright, I'll take a look at co-processors then. Mm-hmm. 600 fusion glass. Yeah, that's insane. It's a lot of beryllium, that's for sure. Yeah, how am I going to get the Dream Link things to work as well, now that I think about it? Heat chamber. It's a lot of UHP chips. Double plates in here. And the second heat chamber pattern. Put those in here. Like a heat chamber. Apparently I can do it. I have that amount of UHP chips available. Good. Okay. Heat chamber. Right, what other bits of the multi do I need? The Enderium casing and a load of tungsten steel. And some more tritanium. Okay, let's keep up the tritanium first. Oh yeah, and we need multiple of these things. The Enderium casing I believe I've already done. Yeah, I have 500 of it. So it's just that tungsten steel pipe casing. I have 77. And I need 116, so I need like 40 more. And then we also need 64 neutronium frames. Right. I should have some liquid neutronium left over because I stopped the fluid solidifier from doing it. Neutronium, put you back in. Yeah, do your thing. How much do I need? 6 more. There's about 6 more in that. Right, and again, neutronium is americium, which we are lacking right now. Do tell. The Kato Shrine. Right, okay. And what does it do? My neutronium feels really slow. It's power gen? Interesting. Why are you not doing anything? A lack of americium. Right. So, by the looks of it, I need faster americium and faster neutronium. Which should probably both be done in a Mark III. But if I do them both in a Mark III, then the lutetium is probably going to end up running out as well. Fusion reactors, man. You made so many for americium. Oh. Oh, I've done it. I've made 64 frames. So we're making the heat chamber. Right, 40 extreme intake casing and 80 firebox casing. 80 firebox casing. Okay. And then the extreme engine intake casing was 40. That was a lot of tungsten steel, at least 1,000. An ultimate ABS. Interesting. Here's the heat chamber. So there goes gate creation machines and heat chamber quest. So this thing is going to be used to make echo shards. No. It's used for something. The first thing it is used for is making this stuff. Tiny piles of purified Nequada. And then also the void stuff. But definitely this one first. Which then gets imploded into this, which then goes into vibration laser engraver. It's 30 by 30 by 44. Wow. Oh, this recipe takes so long. And I only get one echo shard. Oh, and that cost me neutronium. Oh god, all this stuff takes so long and it's so expensive. Where does the start of this thing go? It's like a panel at the front. Made from high temperature smelting casing. Yeah, this thing towers over stuff. That's for sure. Do I know where I want to put it? I thought I wanted to put it here, but even out here it looks really big. Mm. I think it's going to be more of a pain trying to build it in down here than it would be trying to build it out here. So I'm going to build it out here. That looks pretty good. Arguably move it 2 to the left. Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Sure. Right. Heat chamber. The muffler hatch. Does it need to be? No, it can be anyone. Okay. Okay. The titanium coil and the frames I'm going to need as well. Stack of coils Stack of frames. Okay. There it is. And we're going to need multiple of these, aren't we? Right, it's still invalid, probably because it's missing needs a clean room hatch, apparently. No, does not have to be. Okay, weird it doesn't like flicker then. Can have a parallel hatch as well. Usual overclocking. And all these bits seem to go on this level where the coil is. Can they go on the front? Or on the front? You have 3 of these? Okay. Right, configurable maintenance hatch, absolutely, because we want this to be faster. UV 4 amp is probably good. Yeah, I might have some stuff on passive with these, depending on how we go. Right, the recipes that are used need quite a high level of voltage anyway. So I'm not going to get much more than a 4 parallel on this. I'm also going to put these back here. Another endgame multi. Jeez. Is it like the Abyss one where you can put stuff inside it? Or is it just that big? Giant tower. Sure. Right, the structure's formed. We just need the inputs in and stuff. Okay. Right. Get a draw for this. HV transformer. Apparently I have not transformer, whatever they're called. Converter. Don't know how I managed to get that wrong. How long have I been playing this? Perfect. That's not going to be visible on the subnet. We'll go sort that out. And then you tiny pods on the quadra. Exotic stones. What up? Alright, you can see neon gas. You can already see Nequada, right? Yeah. So come on, get me under there. Okay. A little bit of aluminum. What voltage are we at? I'd say pretty firmly in UV. UHV is basically just around the corner though. So I'm getting into the point of the pack where everything is a lot more unique and Star Tech-y than just like Greg stuff. Okay, right, the quadra. Storage bus on there and lock the drawer. That has turned this thing on. 5 seconds to get 4 tiny piles of the Nequada. Okay. I am going to need something to push the Nequada into here. You wanted to try Moni again in hard mode? I'll probably revisit Moni as well. I haven't played it since it's been updated. I played, what was it, the 0.12 version, I think, to the creative chess before starting this pack, right? And Hypercrafting in my chat has been telling me about all the new stuff in the next StarTech update. Lock this and grab a storage bus. There we go. Well, there we go. That's it. That's going to be running passively, making me Purified Naquata. What do I do with the Purified Naquata? I blow it up. Goes in an implosion compressor. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to get burnt out. For me, streaming really helps me stick with it, I think. Right. Heat chamber, well, we have one. That's not really the same thing. Okay. How does that look in the quest book? Gets us towards the echo shards, but I'm gonna need the vibration laser engraver anyway, and that is still gonna need a whole lot more fusion glass than what I currently have. Missing iron dust and tungsten carbide. Missing iron dust. I'm sorry. Where is my iron ore factory machine? Are you broken? Is it this one? Surely it's the first one. It's iron. No, that's sphalerite. Where's the iron one? Interesting. I feel like processing iron is so pointless. Right, how do I get it into the dust as quick as possible? Macerate, centrifuge, probably? Oh, okay, so I should... I mean, I don't mind clipping into blocks sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of useful when you're, like, piping and stuff. Do I have any magnetite? I have 75,000 magnetite. Should I just be electrolyzing that instead, do you think? Melt it directly. That's magnesite. Right. But it's not iron I'm short on, it's iron dust I'm short on. I wonder how long this would take. Macerate it without losing the yield. No, I know. But when we're talking about tens of thousands of an item, does it really matter? I'm low on iron dust, it seems. True, I'm not processing my iron. Right, and then this gets centrifuged. I am making ingots on mainnet, don't worry. I'm just unsure if I want to leave this to process the whole load of crushed iron. I definitely could let it. This should really be a UV4 amp though. How's the power? Well, with the ore processing on for as long as it's going to be on, that's not great, but it's quite a big buffer, so we're probably okay. Yeah, no, I know. I have been slowly increasing those buffers. For certain outputs, yeah. But the byproducts in this case is just a load of nickel, which I really don't care about. Because we got 230,000 nickel, which is, apart from sulfur, silver, and thorium, the most plentiful dust we've got, other than like the other ones, the stone and the glowstone redstone. Right, let me soft hammer you. Let's change you out. There we go. Okay, this is going to take a long time to process. But my power is okay with it, more or less. I wanted another Fusion Mark III. How doable is that? Apparently it's doable. How doable is the casing? Also apparently doable. Well, that's quite nice. Right, 100 fusion glass, tungsten carbide. Is this an issue of the speed of the EBF? It is. Right, I'm if I put these all on UV, I'm gonna run out of power, aren't I? What do we think? If all the EBFs that are on LUV power currently all got moved to UV, how quickly would my power drain? I also kind of want to put this all with titanium coil, but at the same time, I know how expensive that is and how much coil I'd need, because there's like hundreds of coil here. What is that? What is that? That's the chambered alloy transmuter. Oh, but this... I know this. And you know that I Abdi's on passive. That's not really a solution. I just need to upgrade the energy hatches, I think. UV 64. Where is a UV 64 amp converter? Apart from the fact that I'd need like 100 of them and they're really big and expensive. It would take me ages. It'd take me a lot of time. Which prismalium do I have? I had 256, I think. Yeah, with all these guys turning on as well, this is going to be even harsher on my power. Yeah. That's really bad. Because these all use quite a lot of power, my ABSs. It's tricky because the stuff I'm making, I'm missing so much tungsten carbide. I could try this. This is something I can do. If I do this, sorry, but change it so this gives me 2 ingots. I'll do this. Because what this should do is when I then ask for the fusion glass, it will say, oh, we can also craft the rest of the tungsten carbide. I agree. I also didn't take the helium out of this recipe, which I should have done. The helium is in the... Oh, it isn't. This should be a stocking hatch, by the way, not a quadruple input hatch. We'll fix that. The helium is in here. It's just not on setting 12 because it got confused. I mean, it hasn't even pushed anything in here. That's a lot of power. Where's my tin alloy? Acid modifier. Times it by 10. Where does the fusion glass get made? Oh, no. You should not be in there. But this one. 2 that I have clean room hatches are you and you. Try this again. There we go. Okay. Well, that looks pretty good. It's just annoying that I need so much of it. I am happy to make the chambered alloy transmuter thing better and then use it for auto crafting things I have passive in the EBF when I need the extra amounts, like when I'm bulk crafting, like for multi-blocks and stuff, like in this case with tungsten carbide. Obviously, the tungsten carbide EBF needs to be faster, and all of them need to be faster, really. But this can definitely help, I think. Does this thing allow... No. Okay. Is there... This one. Right. That's the parallel one. Right, before I upgrade the Arctic chiller unit here into the bulk blast chiller, I should probably find a space for it. Which honestly just might be pushing this further back. Actually, isn't this like outside? Yeah, it is just kind of outside, isn't it? That's a bit tricky. It's just really big, isn't it? The bulk blast chiller. Pretty big. We still have amps going through this? To where? to here. Okay. Anywhere else? If I have 38, then 10, 20, 30, 40. And I just queued up 20 more, right? So, okay. I might need like another 15. And then I'm changing all these energy hatches out. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I shouldn't even be using 4 amps on some of these. Like, it's just, this is so bad. Just poorly done. SSG. I have the exact amount that I needed, so... That's nice, at least. But definitely not enough. Got ads coming soon. What do I need for the bulk blast chiller that I might not have access to? 80 tungsten steel pipe casing and 150 frostproof casing. 26 heat vents and then pipe casing. Okay. Still don't really know where I want to put this, but it's fine. Like, try and put it here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 blocks back. Whoops. I mean, it's a Pretty tight squeeze, but it does fit. Right, we have ads coming, so we'll do the geogrid in a second. This stuff is all crafting. I might keep up some titanium coil in the background as well. Okay. So, geogrid. Today is Tuesday. Right. The Tuesday board. Here we go. I might quickly add something to the music bot as well. Give me a second. Right. Area less than 50,000 kilometers. That's pretty small, but not tiny. Grab this as well. Right. Guys on the left, landlocked, flag with only 3 colors. Okay. Botswana. Nice. I am currently playing StarTech. I played on the 0.12 version of Moni Factory to Creative Chest. So I haven't played Moni Factory's latest update. Right. Landlocked drives on the left. I wonder if Burundi... No. Do Zambia then, I guess. Sure. Yeah. I keep the Moni Factory tag on because since I played through the whole pack, I can still, answer questions or anything that people have. StarTech and Moni Factory are both still GregTech Modern packs at the end of the day. Nice. Okay. There can't be many for this one. Capital's not the most populated city, but it's also a really tiny country. That's tricky. We'll come back to that. Right. Flag with only 3 colors where the capital's not the most populated city. I hate the capital's not the most populated city category. It's so tough. Because you want to guess like places that have maybe recently moved their capital or something. I think I'm going to come back to that row. Right, corruption index over 30. So basically just that's like most countries. So this one could be literally anything. Um, Slovakia. Sure. Right, landlocked with a pretty good corruption perception index. Um, no, that's too obvious. I wonder if Azerbaijan would count as landlocked or not. If I'm unsure, I'm probably going to leave it alone. Um, how about I could do like a micronation? San Marino. No data. Okay, how about Liechtenstein? No. Okay, great. Um, Paraguay. Crap, it was wrong. Really? Oh, that's terrible. Ugh, okay. Right, tiny country with that's not very corrupt. Um, Tonga. No data for the corruption index? Okay, Tuvalu. Oh, currently on large gas turbines. But you've got ZPM turbine holders, so you should be pretty close to plasma turbines then. Are you running with gene gas? Hang on. Do you have ECEs? Extreme combustion engines. Hang on, I'll go back to my game real quick. I know it's not Factory, but I can still show you. If you have large gas turbines, this should be your main source of power, the ECEs, I think, anyway. My fuels aren't exactly the same as yours, but I'm pretty sure you should have gene gas. Gene gas was just really strong. It is, I know it is, but I think unless the recipe's changed, and as far as I know it hasn't, it's worth doing. Are you burning gene gas in a large combustion engine or an extreme combustion engine? Because there's a big difference between these as well. Like the LCE, the large combustion engine, I'd say just isn't even worth it to make. Yeah, you got the extreme ones. Okay, good. I had in my Moni Factory world, I had enough of these to supply a full 16 times samarium iron arsenic oxide wire cable. So I was making 96 amps of IV power with my ECEs. Yeah, I skipped the large one as well. It's just not worth it. Yeah, I had like 16 of these things, I think. You skipped the Indian wires. That's fair enough. Yeah, you should have ECEs until you can get to plasma turbines. And then once you get plasma turbines, um, helium plasma is the easiest one to start with. How close are you to getting a fusion reactor? Right, I'm gonna just come back to my my geogrid. You already got a fusion reactor. Okay, are you making helium plasma? Or are you making something else? Because realistically, your first fusion reactor should be making helium plasma and then making a plasma turbine. Right. So a small area with a low corruption perception index. Estonia. I wonder if that's big enough, or is it... Okay, good. Nice. I'll take it. Okay. Landlocked country with a good corruption perception index. Made one for Europium. Yeah, I mean, like it's completely fair enough to just go for the Europium immediately. Um, but I think you really need to get helium plasma in at least your second fusion reactor. Right, I'm gonna do Lesotho. Nice. Okay, this is pretty good, but I've only got 2 guesses left, and these ones are tricky. Um, Bag with only 3 colors, but the capital is not the most populated city. I'm not gonna say America. Could I realistically say no? Probably not. If I said like American Samoa, I wouldn't even have 3 colors on the flag, would it? Puerto Rico wouldn't even count. What do they use for resource generation? Well, when I was playing, it was with the HNN stuff, but that is, you don't have access to that in hard mode, do you? And then obviously micro miners, but again, I don't even know if micro miners are stuck around. The microverse projectors got reworked quite a lot, so quite a landlocked one. Um, this is really tough. Make elite large miners. Oh, you have to use the GregTech miners? Oh, it's so rough, dude. One thing I will say that I do prefer about StarTech over Moni Factory is that StarTech's resource generation is pretty chill. It's like usually pretty easy to get the resources, and then the hard bit is like working out how you want to process everything. Everything after Ivy became such a pain to get. Yeah, I don't know how you get it anymore. Because I imagine the microminer system got reworked. Okay. How about a tiny country? Um. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's true, Data Gnome. But I feel like I would still enjoy a pack where resource generation is as easy as it tends to be on Skyblocks, but then I'm still in the overworld. How close are you to getting? Oh, that's like creative computation stuff, isn't it? When you get to it's the hearts of the universe that you need, right? Assuming that hasn't changed. I'm assuming you're pretty far from hearts of the universe. I think you just gotta repair them. I'm gonna be honest. I had a system set up to passively repair them when they broke. Um, it's got more than three colors. Jeez, why is this so difficult? Eh, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the pack isn't gonna let you do that. I'm gonna you can't just ignore it and keep going and then not get stuck. I don't think. Especially when the thing that you need so they don't break anymore is so far away. I agree that it's annoying though. These two are so tough. I don't know. Um, best I could do. I knew that that was the case for Liechtenstein, but I just didn't. I didn't want to put it in. Before the big peak where everyone else got everything right. Right. Most common answers. Lesotho is most common answer for this bottom middle one. Wow. Surprising. I guess there aren't many answers for it. Yeah, try not to ignore things that need fixing. I do it as well. It's like it's a pretty common problem. You put it off and then it comes back to bite you. Right. I could have said San Marino for the middle one. Malta for the one on the right. Nice. Grenada instead of Botswana. Malawi instead of Zambia. Dominica instead of Christmas Island. Caribbean Netherlands. Nice. I like that. But I got American Samoa, which is pretty good. And then Zambia for the top middle one would have been better than Lesotho. And then Kosovo with three colors. Not bad. How many right answers were there for only six? Yeah, that's tough. 55 possible answers for this. Crazy. All right, let's crack on. So, bulk blast chiller and um, everything. Okay. Oh, I didn't have tempered glass for the stainless steel casing or the heat vents. There we go. That's looking better. Best parallel hatch possible. Stocking input hatch, ME output bus for sure, and then tag export bus with like a big input bus. IV, sure. I actually might go LUV or ZPM. Actually, ZPM. Okay. I'm gonna do an auto maintenance hatch because the time reduction isn't gonna help as much here because there are loads of recipes that are gonna get completed, so the thing's just gonna break otherwise. Right, that and that. Gonna do the UV4 amp still, but I am willing to change that soon. Need an ME output hatch as well. So you definitely need liquid helium. Good. Hot ingots for the acceleration cards. So there's the configurable maintenance hatch, which as far as I knew, I did not notice this thing in Modi Factory. So I'm not even convinced it's there, but I think it is. But the way this hatch works is it breaks more frequently. But you can reduce the duration of the recipe at the cost of it breaking more. So you can put tape in to fix it, right, when it breaks, and it will run 10% faster. So for any recipe that takes a really long time, that's really good. And then what you can also do when it comes to your power generation, here is my plasma turbine, right? I'm doing argon plasma into argon gas to get me my power, right? But I have a configurable hatch on this, and I take it the other direction. So I say I want it to run with a longer duration. So I make the recipe take longer, which then makes it more fuel efficient. Makes the same amount of power, but consumes less argon plasma over time, basically. Which rotors should you use? The best one. The best one that you can realistically make. So for you right now, in StarTech we have really broken superconductor metals, right? And these can be used to make really broken turbine rotors. But if you're in Moni Factory, you're using HSSE, that's probably the best you can get. Yeah, HSSE looks pretty good. Obviously, neutronium's like the best one you can probably get, but that is pretty far away from you. I don't remember which ones I used. I imagine it was HSSE as well. And then the best rotor holder you can make, of course. So yeah, I'm using an automated hatch on my bulk blast chiller because I know that it's going to be running a million recipes all the time. So arguably isn't worth um, speeding up by 10% because it would probably end up breaking loads. I don't think you can. Neutronium is going to need Fusion Mark III. See here in the bottom right. So you need the third tier of your fusion reactor instead of your tier 1. Then the rotor. What about it? I need to turn this thing on. Grab this. The transformer. Not it's converter. Honestly, why do I keep doing that? You get the ingots from the microminers. Right, yes you do. Could you get that recipe right now? Right, this has not been made yet. What am I missing? I'm missing more pipe casing. There you go. That's not that bad. I ran all my microminers on passive, so they were running constantly. I don't know if microminers are harder these days or not. Right, let me get rid of that. I'm I'm impressed that you've gotten that far then though. Um, what do you need for the repairing process that's trouble? What don't you like about it? I'm curious. Where's my fusion glass? 150. Not enough Naquada or laminated glass. That's just an issue of buffer size. Okay, I just need some more Naquada. Naquada dust. Just quickly slam a load in here. Use a 6K SR. I heard everyone complain that Rat was really bad. Matteo, is that true? Like the way they've redesigned them is bad. Have you seen anything about it at all, or are you just seeing that it intersects with 6K? What about the recipe is difficult for repairing them? I remember it needed like double plates. There was one that needed like a crossbow that was kind of weird and awkward. Um, okay, I'd then just do it. Just fix them. It'll be worth it. Does he have the same 4 acorns as the end of Smite 1? Is ult smaller in the sense that the landing zone is smaller, or that he jumps less far? There's 3 acorns in base and 3 in aspect. The landing zone is smaller. That's weird because most other abilities have, because of the way the camera perspective works, right? They feel bigger, but his feels smaller because they've just shrunk it. That's interesting. Like, is it like smaller than the Thor ult? I'm gonna take this thing, get the light, put it on here. It's the size of the Thor ult. Okay. Whoops. I shouldn't have put that stuff away. Oh well. Issue with the acorns, they only have 45 power. And the movement speed's nothing compared to... Okay. So the acorns are really underwhelming. Right, how is this one currently set up? This is set up to take in Forge Molten. And then we have... a casting mold ingot. And then output. Okay. Or inventory. Where is the blast chiller? No, the Arctic chilling unit. Those can both go away. The energy hatches can go away. The output buses can go away. If you think that the other items, you need to just make everything faster. Like, what voltage tier are the machines that are doing most of the stuff on passive? Hang on, let me read. Hang on. Acorn, small dash, but can dash multiple times. The other one's a bomb acorn. No one buys it when it was the old rat. And then the other acorn is the old rat where he spreads the acorns. So you just get the dash one, right? Aspect is your one can knock up as you hit. Get to throw 5 acorns. That I thought the 5 acorns thing would be like one of the acorns themselves, not part of the aspect. Yeah, I don't know. Right, Arctic chilling unit. I should get my ECEs and tungsten steel back. Tungsten steel pipe casing. Press it again. No problem, dude. Thank you. Thank you for coming anyway. I hope I was somewhat help. Fucking hatch. Where is liquid helium? After seeing the multi-tool today, you understand what the last tier on the power gen quest line is. What it is. What is it currently? Oh. Right. Okay. Can I not make that? I guess I can't make it. Can I make these? The Paragon of the Veil. I can't make that. The Loose Inducer. It's I can make the Daydream one. Infinite connections, but a square radius of 64 blocks. Interesting. What a mess. The quad hatch with the export bus. That is... No, that's not right. The tag export bus with Forge Molten in it. Thanks, Massio, by the way. I do see that. Okay. I think this thing's good, which means I can take this off. Tidy the clean room. Sure. Let me see. So, fusion glass, 100. Go for it. This thing's on. It makes molten tungsten carbide. Said molten tungsten carbide should be able to come in here. There's no... I didn't put an energy hatch on this thing. But the multi still formed. Ridiculous. Okay. Energy hatch. What's the best I can really do? The ZPM 16. Okay, good. That's quite a lot better. How's the Argon plasma? Down to 10k. Okay. Not great, but 3 casing 24. Do it. Seeing all these switch on worries me, but I think it's fine. Okay. Voltage progression. I'm like here, right? But actual like time spent and like progression in general, maybe halfway. like everything I'm doing now takes more resources and more time and is more expensive. Like it's a significant step up from all the progression I've done up to this point. I can actually make this thing, the molten destabilizer. I was told that I should... Oh, the fusion glass is already done. Wow. Fusion glass. Could I get 70? Yes, how much beryllium do I still have? Still pretty good on it. Okay. Right. Yeah, the molten destabilizer. So the way this works is I need to get some crooksite by myself, arguably. It just initially, and then I can do the rich magma instead of the poor magma, because I need enough to make this thing first, rather than processing this stuff like this. What I should be doing is turning it into the rich magma and then processing that, because that gets me more stuff. But that means I need to make this thing, and to make this thing, I need this weird alloy, the quake-proof casing. And this weird alloy is made from thallium tungstate, which needs the crooksite. There we go. We got there eventually. That's why I need it. But I need a lot of this stuff, which I could arguably mine manually. This is something I could find on an ore prospector. The super prospector. I thought I had a prospector. Was it just in fluid mode? It was just in fluid mode. Well, I'm making the better one anyway. Why not? Okay, I got stuck behind stuff. That's my bad. Okay, where's my actual prospector? Shift click it into the other mode. Right, crooksite. We want to mine wherever there's crooksite. So this way is some crooksite. Ah, here. This is the crooksite. This was really weird. So, because I started in this dimension as like one of the... It was like one of the modes I could set. I could say I started in the Abydos dimension, right? I'm at the part of the pack where if I just started on a sky block, I would now be working my way here. So in a weird way, I've like skipped some progression, because of it. There's a load of crooksite over there. I'm not quite sure if it spawns up or down. From where I think it's probably down, right? Here we go. I don't know what you mean. Right, I get one thallium per 12 of this dust. But I at least get 4 when I ore process it. And we can double it quite easily. I can also get some if I had a couple UHV energy hatches, which I don't, unfortunately. I guess I should just be like doing this and just mining like everything. Yes, give me the green stuff. So much green stuff. Great. Good. I just got pure Naquada. Don't tell me. No, it's the equivalent of purified Naquada, not the new dust I have, the purified Naquada. That's not confusing at all. This purified Naquada is actually a different purified Naquada that is not the purified Naquada I just made. This purified part of Naquada dust is the same as this purified Naquada ore, which is the same as this purified Naquada right here, and that's different from the purified Naquada dust that I've just made. Okay, right. We got loads of crooksite. This is good news. This stuff will then get all processed. We'll crush it, ore wash it, macerate it again, and then centrifuge it again. I believe is the plan. To get the most out of it. That's just not true, though, is it? A thermal centrifuge is surely better. It's just a thermal centrifuge just takes a while. Because this step is the same as this step, right? 14 plus 8.5%. But this is 33, whereas this is 11. Yeah, so it's better to ore wash thermal centrifuge macerate. Yeah, okay. Well, all the iron dust is done. We've got 480,000 of it now. That's pretty good. Right, the crook site is... right, it's not in the... Should throw it in here. There we go. Okay, then this gets ore washed. Okay, and then this gets done with centrifuged and then macerated. You as a thermal centrifuge. Fucking purified crook site. And then the refined crook site goes through here. Sorry, Spider. Right, and that gives us 1400 crook site. That's pretty good. Is it going to be enough for what I need? Probably not. Thallium looks like it's used in quite a few different things. What is the point of this stuff? Right. Of course. Right. Right. Okay. I had a feeling that's what that stuff was for. I mean, it's weird data gnome because I can skip a lot of the progression because I'm already in Abydos. And I arguably should be making the cyclonic sifter as soon as I can. I'm doing this simultaneously without having a Stargate. Right? I haven't done any of this stuff really. But yeah, I need to get this machine sooner rather than later. Right, I'm gonna grab a large sifting funnel. And a data module. Do the research while we have the ads going. On data module, this should not take this long. Okay, good. Right, time gets a time. My favorite. Right. We did pretty good on the geogrid, and we did get over 40,000 last time, thanks to a good guess in Zimbabwe. Right. Flashbang. There it is. Sorry. YWCA clock. Okay. That was my feeling too. I haven't heard of a Broad Street in New York, but I'm willing to go look for it. Um, I don't know all the streets in New York. There's probably a Broad Street here somewhere. I do feel like it's probably this end of Manhattan. That's my thinking. There's quite a lot of streets. But I agree it's probably in New York. These are just numbered at this point. Okay. Either way, the year there's a horse in a carriage. This is early days. Could this be the library or Grand Central? Is there a Broad Street here? No, these are all numbered at this point. Or named after the avenues are named after something. I mean, I still think it is giving New York. I just couldn't tell you where. So many streets. Okay, look, if it's in a different borough, then it's fine. You think it's across from the stock exchange? Broad Street. Oh my god. Okay, I'm putting the pieces together. I understand what Broad Street must be. That's hilarious. Okay, then in that case, the year is probably. Oh, there's a horse and a carriage. I mean, I'm gonna go 19. I might just stick with 1910. 1913. I want to say 1912. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Broad Street is Broadway, right? Oh, that makes so much sense. All right. Brilliant. We were still gonna guess New York anyway, but I'm glad we were just got like exactly where it is. Nice job. Okay. Warsaw. This is Polish, right? I'm not crazy. There isn't much else I can go on. I imagine it's probably like 91, maybe 89. Just gonna pick somewhere. I think 91 makes sense. I could try 89. 95. Oh, I should have stayed with 91. Okay, that's fine. We're still doing pretty good. Sweden for your holidays. It's Regent Street. Okay, sure. Okay. How good is my memory? Do I know where I'm going? I'm worried that I don't know where I'm going. Oh, come on. Okay, the year. That's tricky actually. I reckon it's probably. Oh, it's hard to say. These roads are quite modern, but no one looks dressed particularly modern. And by that, I just mean like post-war or pre-war. Um, Also, the idea of there being like a holidays thing makes me think it was more likely to be post-war. Give me a second. Yes. Okay, and then Coventry Street. No, I know what you mean. It's bothering me. Can anyone see Coventry Street? It'd be one of the little ones. Either way, we're going to be really close, so I'm pretty happy just to pick wherever. Half-Forbidden Planet. Right. It's fine. Don't worry. Okay. I don't know. I'm not seeing like anything that would imply there's planes, which would make me think it is like the 50s. It's more like just boats and railway stuff. And then everyone's dressed a lot more like I'm thinking it's like the 20s rather than the 50s. So I'm inclined to agree. Hypercrafting. I think you're probably right. Um, I'm gonna go with 25. I think 26. Oh, it's a gamble. If it's like 30 years off, that's not great. 37. Okay, that's fine. I'm like always hesitant to pick really close to um the wartime, and it just like this doesn't look like it's fine. All right, forget about it. Lithuania, sure, but are we actually there? There's the Latvian flag as well, and the Estonian flag. I don't know what this is, but it's just like a load of stereos. Um, I mean, it's a pretty famous landmark. It's a pretty old phone. The bots have been crazy today, Matthew, haven't they? I mean, I know like most of them are hidden anyway. Like people don't see them, but they do show up a lot. No, I know. I'm glad we both agreed that this was the the one where it was one too many. Um, right. I don't know. I don't know if this thing is here. I'd be amazed if it is. It's probably not. But the year, I mean, mid 2010s, 2016, 2019. And it was in Vilnius, wasn't it? I went to the wrong place. Fair enough. Okay. Right. We should be pretty good with getting the 40k. I'm not gonna. I've jinxed it probably, but um. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I know. I've. The music is yes. I looked. I think I know who. Okay, it's fine. No, I. It wasn't that I was unsure. It's just. All right. I don't want to talk about it. Moving on. Power's looking pretty good. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think about it at all. Oh my god. Everything else was all right. I just I. Moving on. We have a lot of the crook site stuff, huh? We need to shove this in an EBF. with carbonic acid. No, I know. I have carbonic acid. How interesting. Where did I get that from? No, I haven't. I'm making a Fusion Mark III because we need more power. I would consider that an infrastructure upgrade. We also have a heat chamber, by the way. Just saying, there is a heat chamber. I'm confused. Why are you still not working? We didn't put any carbonic acid in, idiot. Like, what are we doing? No, I just didn't put the carbonic acid in. Yeah, I imagine it does. Also, the fact that they're not stocking as well, terrible. Quicksite, go nuts. Give me all the quicksite. And it's all gone. I just turned it all into selenium and thallium. Selenium. Thallium. Hooray. Selenium and thallium dust. What part of the quest was that for? We will never know. It's probably part of a processing line. Okay. We're the strongest of coil insulators. Right. That's quite expensive. Okay. Sorry. Thallium. I have thallium. Thallium needs to be used to make thallium tungstate. Is it worth making a chem plant for it? I feel like it is. It's always worth making a chem plant, right? Okay. More heat vents. 12 heat vents. Is there any other use? There is a lot of other uses for thallium, right? Yeah, so I shouldn't be just shoving all my thallium into this. Then how should I level limit it? Like, leave a bit of thallium left over? Like 64? Do it like I did this awful one? Eight PTFE pipe casing and molybdenum disulfide. Things. PTFE pipe casing. Give me 10. The fluid solidifier multi-block? What do you need it for? What's up with it? 9 ECE stream. Take casing. The extruder's too slow. This thing doesn't work well with fluids. Oh. How annoying. This is not a terminal. There we go. Oh yeah, colored hatches and buses is going to be great. I can't wait. Right, chem plant. You, for the recipe that I want, which is this one, you need stocking of both and an ME output of another. What am I missing? Power, I guess. Oh, but I like dual hatches. Oh. Yes, no, that's true. They are pretty buggy. Right, I would like to put in oxygen, thallium, and tungsten. However, I'd like to level emit this thing. In controller. Boop. So I would like to emit when it's below 64, like that. So you emit when levels are below the limit. So it needs at least... Let me link this first. Okay, it's currently emitting because we are over 64, so wait, why not go the other way? Why can't we find any oxygen or tungsten or thallium? Guess none of them are being scanned by this. I just would have thought the tungsten would be in here, but I guess not. I guess it was. Emit when levels are below the limit, and emit is stopped. So when it's below 64, it stops. I guess it was right. Weird. It's fine. Yeah. Does that make sense? Is that the right idea? Okay, and then... So... 20. Yes. Okay. Those are double plates. Great. How much quake-proof casing did I need? 96 and 77 frames. Right, I need the dust. Okay, I need more osmiridium and more thallium tungstate. So all that stuff I grabbed wasn't enough. There's loads of this stuff. This is great. Okay. This is a hypercrafting thing. It's just the reason why I'm doing this. I'm gonna pause these, by the way. These are going into mainnet and causing me problems. Why none of this tungstate's been getting processed? Running that Sheldonite. Anyway, let me explain. So the crooksite is used to make this alloy, right? This alloy is used to make the cyclonic sifter. The cyclonic sifter is used to turn 4 titanite magma into the rich version, right? And then the difference here is the yield when thrown in the molten destabilizer, right? 60 to 1.5 titanite, whereas if I do the rich one, it's 80 to 30 titanite, right? Way better. And the idea is I should be doing the rich one as much as possible. And because I'm already here in the dimension, I can just go mine for this stuff anyway. This is stuff that I would get from processing stuff in the molten destabilizer. I believe whatever I've been mining up, like this one, the Zappolite one, I get Crooksite here, right? But I'd want to make it into the rich one and then get way more. Basically, I'm skipping making any molten destabilizing any poor magma and only destabilizing rich magma by getting all the Crooksite I need by mining it manually. I shouldn't feel proud about that, but I kind of do. Good thing this is really quick. Oh. What did I do wrong? No more carbonic acid. When was I ever... How did I even have carbonic acid to begin with? The polyamide byproduct? Wouldn't that come up in... Peak? It's probably my peak. Carbonic acid. Which one of these is used in... Here we go. Yes, okay, that's used in peak. Right. Well, I'm not making carbonic acid any other way. Which is the easier way? I have soda ash. Oof. Do I need this for anything else? Not really. I'm gonna make it the other way. This way. Making hydroquinone. Or using hydroquinone. What's wrong with this? Why? We have no more butadiene? Nope. Assuming you spelt it right. Why are you idle? I guess I'm not avoiding the methanol. Do I need ammonia? Kinda, yeah. Okay, and you. Why are you not working? Severely steam cracked heavy fuel. What are we not voiding? Butene. We weren't voiding butene. Polylactic acid? No. No, I cannot. Okay, acetone is the byproduct here, right? In my case, so, underneath, stocking input hatch, and an ME output hatch for the acetone. Whoops, sounds a bit too big. Oh. Okay. Oh. Look at me breaking more than I intended. Right, benzene, propene, and oxygen. Benzene, propene, oxygen. How long does that recipe take? 8 seconds at PM. Which is that? That's fine. This will make us this stuff. Hydroquinone. It is. Don't worry. Right, and then this stuff is then used in the next LCR over with soda ash, which we should have plenty of. Yeah. My frames are dropping. Right, I've realized I'm making the thing that I'm making the recipe for peak that's used in peak, but I want the carbonic acid, which feels a bit silly. But I didn't want to do it the other way, and I get the same result anyway. So I'm hoping it's fine. I'm realizing it might not be fine, but it's weird we've done it now. I should have made it the other way. It's so much cheaper the other way. Nothing's stopping me. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look, it's fine. It's not like it's ME output bus. Okay, and then this with soda ash. There we go. A load of carbonic acid. What? It's fine. I didn't want to bother making potassium carbonate. Which apparently I've already made. Oh. So I just needed to make that then. I just needed to do this recipe and then the other one. Okay, I'll change them. I'll change them. I would like to make potassium carbonate. So I would like carbon dioxide and the dust. No, I know, I know. Oops. There you go. Potassium carbonate. And then the potassium carbonate is then used with hydrogen to make carbonic acid. Sulfur and hydrogen doesn't make anything, does it? All the outputs are locked anyway, it'll be fine. There we go. Yeah, this is only carbonic acid. Actually. Now it's only carbonic acid. And yeah, this one is. There we go. Now it's the other way that's better. Okay. How much quake-proof casing can we make? Once again, I need 100. Who knows? I got a lot of thallium tungstate now. Okay. Things to do. The osmiridium dust needs to be bigger. No, it's just a buffer. Okay. The next thing I need to sort out is the incolloid ingot. This needs to be used to make the dust. Here. Sure. Yeah. It should be fine. Okay. So, quake-proof casing, 100. Missing 10 osmiridium. That should sort itself out pretty soon. Stupid osmiridium. There was osmiridium ingots, by the looks of things. Crazy. Once again. Yes, it is. Again, I haven't sorted that out because doing so would kill my power, and my argon plasma is already going down, which is why I made 16 UV energy hatches and enough stuff for a fusion Mark III because I wanted to make more argon plasma. An injection mixer fits on top of a manifold centrifuge, which in turn fits into the cyclonic sifter. Okay. Great. Will I be using that? No. But that's cool. That's such a hypercrafting little piece of information, isn't it? Right, there it is. 100 quake-proof casing. Let me... The 260 raw... Pentlandite. No, it would not be uraninite. No. I'm not insane. It's useless pentlandite. Hey, Kuko. Right. This guy. Because it's pentlandite is part of the initial void excavator stuff. It's used to make nickel, which I'm not low on. I think I have more nickel than I have anything else. Also potentially used to get cobalt, but again, I have a lot of cobalt as well. It and sphalerite are probably the two most useless things, and they both give zinc. No, they don't. They give nickel and zinc, which are not used in a whole lot of things. I have a lot of nickel, and I have a lot of zinc. Right, sorry. Allow me to sort this out. Sphalerite is useful. Well, I've got a lot of sphalerite. I mean, it's used for making indium, which I guess is useful. There is my UV 4 amp on my extruder, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a better parallel hatch as well. We're making all these ingots. How does one make... Oh, I need krypton. And I believe we haven't got any krypton in here. That's right. And I didn't make this a stocking hatch. My bad. What's wrong? Is this something I did with the recipe? The pattern? I thought I did it right. Yep. ZPM. It needs titanium coil. Oh, exchanging gadget? Oh. That was a good idea. Good thing I had all those Oh, we're gonna be here forever. Okay. What is that? That is terrible. Uh, I don't even know. How long is that? Like 80? Yeah, okay. No, it's not for 4. It's for 80, I think. Because it's 20 each. What's the temperature on it? It's 4 recipes, but they're worth 20 each recipe. Well, the heat here for the titanium coil is 10,800 Kelvin. Look, that's fine. It's gonna do that, and that's great. Good for this thing. Yeah, it's made from titanium coil hypercrafting. This thing, so there's no way. Right. Sorry, I need 77 of the frame. Which I can apparently also make. So I'm going to queue that up. Yes, I'll do Diffusion Mark 3. Hang on, we got the ad break. I'm going to do Crosswordle. Then I'm going to do Diffusion Mark 3. And then I'm going to stop. And I can leave this on. Or whatever. Right. Crosswordle. Okay. Of course. Sure. You want to do Stink? I can do Stink this way. Sure. It's fine. Don't worry. No. I don't know. Let's just go this way. Start. Okay. He doesn't go there. So the T's in the middle. Fifth. I don't know. Sure. I feel a little bit stuck. It can't end in T, I'm afraid. It's an I in this one, but not there. Not in the third slot. This is rough. Style. The T can't go there. These aren't actual words. I'm just trying to find out what could end with something. I guess I could do cells. Wait, there's no T. There's no S in this one, which means it doesn't start with an S. Wells. Okay. Oh, why isn't it a word? Jeez. Okay, well, this one at least starts with L. Limbs. Oh. I was gonna go with Lux or something. But nice. That's good. Good job. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I like that. No? Wow. Hang on, there's no double S in this. We don't know that for sure. Deals. It's an E and an A. Okay, so there's a chance this is an E. So we'll test that by doing extra. Right. Sure. Lunge. I like the sound of lunge. Nice. Good job, dude. And I guess that's the G for this, which means this is going to be great. Unlucky spider. Wrong, great. The A couldn't have got in the middle. Right. I think we can do this one probably. E something I. I didn't think that was spelled like that, but there we go. I tried. This is probably another vowel actually, so it could be 8. No. Also, we knew there was no double T in this one, so that's also my bad. It's weird because this has to be something, right? Well, it's not O. How weird. What could this be? R something. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. Maker, sure. Nice. Happy with that. Okay. That makes this a little bit easier. Maybe we just do this one. Okay. White. I don't know. I just remember it being a word that I could use quite usefully in Wordle. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god. This is probably aim, right? And buy. Nice. And then the I has to go here. This is AI. Eerie. Not bad. Slightly above average on the guesses. But I'll take it. Right, move you guys back. Good little crosswordle. We've made none of this stuff in the meantime. Because we haven't actually made any yet, because it only took us like a bit over 5 minutes. This isn't going to do anything just yet, is it? Okay, the fusion reactor. And then we'll stop. Yeah. So, fusion glass. Fusion casing. No, not this. This is not what I want. I want UV energy hatches and LV output hatches and input hatches. How many do I need again? I don't remember how the wall sharing works. The inputs are shared and the outputs aren't. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I need laser bus. I need 16 of this. 16, 16, and 8 input hatches. So 4 more of these. Okay. That's good. Oh no! The tin alloy won't get made because it's stuck behind the 20 years of the... Oh, crap. Now I know. It's just annoying. Right, and then the fusion glass. And then the fusion casing. That looks good. Again, the only reason it's not working is because of the fusion coil blocks, because I'm not making the tin alloy. Liquid tin alloy can be made by making a load of tin alloy dust. Okay. Fusion coil blocks. 4. I need to craft 31 more, so I still need more of this stuff, basically. 1, 2, 3. Tin. 1, 2, 3. This is so cursed. I need like 30 of it, I think, right? 30 buckets. Craft 14. 11. Right, and we should be able to get the cyclonic sifter or maybe the vibration laser engraver next stream though, which is exciting. Right, fusion thing. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know what that is. All the molten pain? Okay. Great. I can't wait. Okay. There's the water on the inside. On the outside, sorry. Now let's do it on the inside. You are going to be the actual thing, which is going to be argon plasma. Bring this down. So this is for argon plasma, it is magnesium and carbon. And then I will bring prismallium down. One, 2, and then bring the wrench. 1, 2. Okay, that should charge up, and then we should get some argon plasma. Oh. Oh. Probably used the one down here. It got conflicted, and then I made the wrong thing, so I didn't lock the thing with neutronium, which is entirely my fault. Carbon, magnesium. We haven't got any magnesium. That might be why the power was running out. Let me fix this really quick. That's back to normal. Oh, I shouldn't be outputting to this anyway. I should be outputting to the main net. This should just have an interface on it. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Right. Yeah, we have no magnesium, which is clearly why the power's going down. Why don't I have any magnesium dust? We have purified magnesite. But as that hasn't been processed any further. We shoved in that macerator. There we go. And then this gets shoved in the centrifuge. That's very satisfying. Okay, there's magnesium. That should help with the. Yeah, it was all washed. We started with the wash. The magnesite is currently all purified, so it had been washed at some point, and then we just didn't finish the rest of the line, which I guess is my bad. Right, well that should fix that problem, and the fusion reactor's in. So, I think that's a good place to stop, and I will find someone to raid. Yeah, it's like 100,000 of it already purified, which is a bit silly from me. Oh, the guy who's playing Terra Firma, Greg, is streaming. I'll send you his way. He hasn't quite got affiliate followers yet, so I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Right. I should be on tomorrow. Should be able to get the vibration laser engraver and the cyclonic sifter sorted out, which should be pretty exciting. All right. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.